Hey YouTubers, Robbie Ray here, working on a '01 F150 no start condition, 4.2 V6. See if that looks like yours. I listened for the telltale sound of the fuel pump priming and could not hear it. I did check for spark. To have spark, it's nice to have one of these little spark checkers if you can pick one up. A spark plug will do also. So I checked for spark. I had spark. I checked the fuel pump fuse, which is this 20 ampere right here. It was good. This here, let's see, 1, 2, second relay back is the fuel pump relay. My cousin's truck. He put a new relay in, but it didn't help it. So I checked it for power to the relay, and just because of my knowledge of this kind of stuff, usually this blade that's facing the odd way is usually the power. So the power is usually trying to cross from this. Let's see if I get a better view of it. The power is usually trying to cross from this pin to this pin. These two are control pins, either power or ground. Like it might have a constant positive, and the ECM might supply a ground, or vice versa. So you want to be real careful with those two, because those two are usually a delicate circuit, like an ECM circuit. These two, I just know relays, they are the power that they're trying to turn on. So of course I probed it for power, which it had, and once I knew that, I was a little more confident. And even though I have experience with this, it's a good idea to have, if you're ever going to jump anything and you could be wrong, usually make yourself up a jumper like this. Now, usually I wouldn't have a 30 in that, I'd have like a 5. But I was pretty confident in what I was doing, but I would have like a 5 amp fuse in that sucker. So if you're wrong, you're not going to mess anything up. So I jumped that straight out. Still no fuel pump. No pressure right here at the Schrader valve. I'll show you that. Hang on, see if I can get a good shot of it. Right here. Hang on. Right there. There was a black cap on it, but it looks like a tire valve, exactly like a tire valve, so if you guys don't know. But take a little screwdriver or something. After you prime it, turn the key to on, you should get some pressure there. I should have told you this firsthand, but I wasn't getting any pressure there, which is another indication that the fuel pump's not working. So I jumped it out back here, jumped it, tried for pressure again, still had no pressure. So now what I did was I crawled under. Let me put the relay back in. So we're going to put the relay back in. I crawled under and I managed to pull off the plug going to the fuel pump. It was a little bit of a bitch because it had a clip on it. By the way, I'm working outside. I don't really have my real tools. This is just there are a couple pieces of paper clip I wouldn't recommend, especially if I had some black tape. I would have black taped them, but I have them arranged so that they can't touch each other. But on this plug, I think it was the pink and the black. They were diagonal from each other. And the way I figured that out was it was the two fatter wires. So I kind of knew just from my experience that the two skinny wires are going to be the fuel sender for your fuel gauge, and the two fatter wires are going to be for running the fuel pump motor. So running the motor, they're always going to be fatter wires. So if your colors aren't there, the same. So I set myself up this test light sitting out here where I can see it. So as you'll see, hopefully I can do them at the same time. You'll see when I turn the key to on, hang on, bear with me. When I turn the key to on, the fuel pump is going to at least try to prime. And you'll see that by the light coming on for a few seconds. Ready? Key on. Can you see that? Try it one more time. I know we're outside. Get a little bit closer. All right, ready? As the noise goes by. Key on. So you see how that came on for 2-3 seconds. That tells me that the circuit is working. And the truck also had no codes, by the way, because sometimes with a problem like this, it really doesn't know anything's wrong with it. So my diagnosis is it's got a bad fuel pump. So I hope this helps someone. The initial, when I was talking to my cousin over the phone about this, I'm a mechanic, so I help family members out. He borrowed my cheapo scanner, and I didn't want to let out my good Snap-on one. But, it read no codes. He had brought it home one night, parked it, and it just wouldn't restart. So the odd thing about this whole story is even a little bit of starting fluid didn't make it start, which usually it will. So I find that to be a little odd. But I at least have to start there. I can definitely tell that fuel pump's not coming on. So I had him turning the key, and sometimes you can take a rubber mallet and bang the gas tank a couple times. And that's like if you're broke down on the road kind of trick, or you literally kick it with your foot sometimes. I know it sounds hokey, but I heard the fuel pump come on one time for just a brief second when we did that. And I went up and checked the fuel rail at that Schrader valve that I showed you, and there was a little bit of pressure. And then we tried to start it, and it reacted a little bit. You heard a couple fires out of it. So my diagnosis is going to be fuel pump. So hope this helps somebody with this same model. Good luck with your project. Thanks for watching.